What's going on, you guys? It is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringel here, and after an event-filled Dutch Grand Prix, a manufactured conspiracy theory by fans, Max has won 4 races in a row, but now we go to the Mecca of speed, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. So let's get on into the race preview for the Italian Grand Prix. So we go to Monza, where we've had, over the last 2 seasons, some of the craziest results. We had Pierre Gasly in an AlphaTauri win just 2 years ago. We had Daniel Ricciardo win last year in a McLaren 1-2. I mean, what are we expecting this year for the Italian Grand Prix? So Red Bull seems to have lost some of their straight line speed after the last race. We have to wonder if that's due to some of the updates that have been brought to the car in regards to the flexi floors. We also have to think about, potentially just updates that they maybe got wrong. Or maybe their engines are starting to, maybe feel some of the wear and tear of the season. But they still dominated over the Dutch Grand Prix weekend. So it's going to be really interesting to see, is the straight line speed still there? Or maybe are we starting to see some cracks in the armor at Red Bull? And maybe is this the race that Ferrari kind of gets back on top with Charles Leclerc? So some of the news coming into the Italian Grand Prix weekend. We have the FIA trying to make a decision on whether or not they will issue a super license to Colton Herta. Now, we talked about it in the last the last race preview, that Colton Herta is tabbed to be one of the drivers at AlphaTauri next season. It sounds like a contract is all in place as long as the FIA allows him to get his super license, because as of right now, Colton Herta doesn't meet the requirements to get that super license. And now there are fans, there are, other people within Formula One, talking about how we can't change the rules to the super licenses, and, if he doesn't qualify, he doesn't qualify. But let's be real for a minute. Max Verstappen got into Formula One because they bent the rules of the super license, and that was how he initially got in. So it's not a new thing that the FIA would be doing in, issuing the super license to Colton Herta. And this would finally put an American on the grid for the first time since Alexander Rossi back in the days of Marussia and Manor. I'm excited for one. Colton Herta has shown that he is one of the top drivers in the United States. I was kind of hoping it would be Logan Sargent maybe being the first U.S. driver, but there's always that possibility that he could also make the grid going into the 2023 season, as Williams has not set their driver lineup. But there is talks that Nicholas Latifi still has a shot to be that second driver at Williams. Now, talking about penalties going into the weekend, we've got 2 big penalties that are going to be served. The first one going to Yuki Tsunoda, as he is getting a 10 grid spot penalty due to seatbelt violations during the race at the Dutch Grand Prix. He had apparently, when he initially was going to stop the car, had loosened his seatbelts and then decided to take off driving again, which the team told him he was okay to do. The problem is he loosened those seatbelts, and they have very tight regulations when it comes to those seatbelts. So he will be served a 10-place grid penalty going into the Italian Grand Prix. Also, Mercedes has just announced today that Lewis Hamilton will be starting at the back of the grid, as he will be taking his 4th engine of the year, and that means that he's replacing a lot of the parts. You're allowed 3 engine parts per season, and he's now breaking into that 4th slot, so that will make him start from the back of the grid. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, we've had 2 really crazy races the last 2 seasons. With Pierre Gasly winning 2 years ago, we had Daniel Ricciardo win last year. What is in store for this race? This is basically the Mecca of speed. It's one of those tracks that is literally low downforce, go as fast as you can. We've heard some teams that, their cars aren't necessarily built for this. Like Haas has mentioned that this is probably going to be not one of their better weekends because their car is more set up for downforce tracks. So they may not do as well. We know Ferrari will be there. We know Red Bull will be there. We think that McLaren may be there, at least with George Russell, if not Lewis Hamilton. If Lewis Hamilton can work himself through the field throughout the race. McLaren has been, hit or miss all throughout the season. We saw some good things in qualifying in the Dutch Grand Prix from McLaren, but then in the race, they kind of weren't anywhere. Alpine was kind of a wish-wash at the Dutch Grand Prix. AlphaTauri, there's just no telling this weekend. And, with the engines, we've seen in the past at, the Italian Grand Prix that you put so much wear and tear on this engine because it's so low downforce and it's such high speeds that we've seen a lot of, engine issues. We've seen a lot of reliability issues in the past when it comes to the Italian Grand Prix. So this is one of those races that I think most fans feel like that this could be another one of those, jumbled up results, with a shock winner. And I'm going to make my shock prediction. I've seen, the writing on the wall with Mercedes, the updates that they've done, throughout the season to slowly progress and put themselves back up in the fight for the top spots. I'm going to say that George Russell is going to win this weekend. I think we're going to have some Red Bull reliability issues coming into play this weekend. I think Ferrari will make a small little jump here, be able to get some points back on Max Verstappen, but I don't think it's going to be enough to, really, make us think that he's still going to be able to fight for the championship. But I'm going to say George Russell is going to be your winner. Charles Leclerc finishing second. Carlos Sainz finishing third. Like I said, I think Red Bull's going to have a reliability-filled issued weekend. I think Lewis Hamilton will work himself through the field. I feel like he will get a top 10, maybe potentially top 5. And I think we'll definitely see Alpine in the fight going into this weekend. But guys, let me know what you guys think is going to happen at the Italian Grand Prix in the comments section down below. As always, please react. Please, comment your thoughts, concerns, anything in the comment section down below. Guys, slap a like on this video again for daily and weekly Formula One content. And guys, subscribe if you guys are new to my channel for more daily and weekly Formula One content. We have hit 200 subscribers on this channel, and we are well on our way to 300. So my challenge is, before the end of the year, let's get to 300 subscribers. It would mean the absolute world to me. But guys, thank you so much for watching my videos and enjoying them. And guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel, signing off.